everyone from all over the world watching my video. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for all your comments. Today, another full episode of Apple Simulation. This is something that everybody's waiting for. The setup configuration of the CDU. Captain, first officer, or vice versa. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so the two are exactly the same. We just need to connect the Ethernet cable for each of them and the power. Let's do that, and then I'll show you how to configure it. The good thing is that you don't have to configure anything in terms of too much about ProSim. It's pretty straightforward. However, one thing I would like to say is that if you remember when I showed you when I just opened the package, these white lines you have to remove one by one and attach them. Pardon my French, but what a pain in the ass that was, to be honest with you. I mean, I spent almost 45 minutes just to put this. They were extremely difficult to see and everything. I think also the length is not precise. However, it was very difficult to cut them. So just a message for CP Flight. Considering what we spent, consider this is the Pro version, how about making a little bit of engraving, white line there, or paint, or whatever you want to call it, just to, I mean, it's fantastic job they did for everything else. I don't understand why the rest they just left it there. Seriously, guys, it was painstakingly time consuming job that I had to do. Luckily I done for both of them. Now from far away you don't see the defect. That looks good, but obviously if you get closer and closer you see all the defect. I don't know if they're gonna last forever, to be honest. They're just piece of paper that you put there. There is a little bit of glue attached to it, sort of 3M stickers, but anyway, rant over, let's keep going. Right, everything is connected. As soon as you connect the power, it automatically turn on. There is no turn on or turn off button, not that I know. Probably from the menu I'll need to maybe have a look, but the software will start up. It's driven by Raspberry Pi, and it takes about less than a minute, and then you go into the screensaver. It's very easy. All you have to do is to press hold the menu button for about 3 seconds, and you go into the screen. Now in this screen you can actually follow the instruction. It's very simple. You can use the pref page, next page button to change the option. So what are the options? You can choose DHCP, yes or no, the port number, the IP address. Oh, the port number and IP address, these are obviously already set up, so don't change that because they will be used to configure that in ProSim. However, if you want to change the port number, you can if it's needed, but the IP address is already there. You don't have to touch. So in my case will be 192.168.168. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you wanna maybe decide if you want the screensaver or not. So the screensaver there, you can select 1 minute, 3, 5, 10 minutes, or always on. The moment is always on, doesn't bother me, but when I connect everything, probably I will turn it off completely. The font index, you can choose the size and also the type of font. You have different font. I didn't try all of them. I think I stick with the default. Probably will look good, but if you want to have a play, you can always change different font. The most important for me is actually this one. The CDU side is the only things that you need to configure between one and the other one. Of course, if one is CP captain, the other one will need first officer. So by doing that, the two will communicate each other. They will be connected, but also be independent in terms of page and so forth. So remember, at least to, if you want to leave everything else, at least to change one for CP and the other one for first officer. I think by default they will come as CP. Okay, let's move now and see how to finish the configuration, because it's pretty straightforward. All right. Back to the main computer. Again, remember to have the computer and CDU connect on the same network. First thing to do, go to the CP Flight website, go to the model that you purchased. There are two models, the Pro version and the normal version. I do have the Pro version, and download the manual CD737 Pro. At the moment, this is what you need. Don't worry about this. This is only if you use if you want to connect to the PMDG. I already downloaded the PDF, and it's 2 pages. Very simple to follow through. Of course, the first part is for everybody. Just tell you how to configure exactly as I showed you before. Then you have a little bit of section for the ProSim configuration, Project Magenta configuration, which I don't use at all, so I completely skip this part. And then there is, I think is the longest part, it is for the PMDG configuration. Now, I did try this and it works perfectly. I don't want to show you guys. I think this is, for example, if you don't have a full cockpit, but you just purchase the CDU to attach to your computer, connect it to PMDG, and just fly with MDG using the CDU. In that case, you need to follow this. You don't have to worry about ProSim and everything else. Again, just follow the instructions. Very simple. The only things I will say the most important is that remember you have to go to the config of the PMDG and enable of this, so you can just copy and paste. I saw a lot of forums where people were having problem, and that's because they did not activate this. This is the way PMDG talks to the CDU and anything in terms of data broadcasting. Okay, so I'm not gonna show you that, but it does work, and it works actually quite good. You know, there is no issues whatsoever. So I'm gonna show you exactly what to do in ProSim. It's very straightforward. Again, remember the first thing to do: hold the menu for 3 seconds. Take a note of the IP address. I did take a note, and mine was .1.68, because you will need to do when ProSim. So you can go to your ProSim. Open up the ProSim system. Now it's already connected, so I think it will automatically already activate. But what you have to do is to go config. The configuration, you go into drivers and you see CP Flight version 2. There is nothing else about CP Flight. Of course, it's for CP Flight, so you have to enable, and then you go to advanced. You don't have MCP, I don't have overhead, I don't have ISFD. So this is if you buy from them, but I don't have anything there. So don't worry about that. Just go to CDU, and over here you have to select which one you connect. So at the moment I connected the captain. IP address is 192.168.168. Let's see if I'm correct. Yes. Port is 6000. Remember, if you change the port in your CDU, you have to put the correct port here. Okay, so you press OK. You press OK. Of course, when you do first offset, you will also do the same. You just click here and you just put the same. You change the IP address and that's it. Okay, so you do OK. You do OK. Now I'll show you exactly how to use it. Remember to keep the ProSim on, but then you need to open the ProSim CDU. Okay, the ProSim CDU. Okay, another installing update. It's amazing how many updates they submit. Okay, so ProSim CDU. Now the first thing you want to do is to make sure that you config the CDU panel, let's say from ProSim, to talk to the CDU that you have. Here you put your IP config, and in my case is 253, so that's okay. Here you decide if it's a standalone or captain. So in this case, mine will be captain. And here it's all the options that you need to know. If you want to use the color, if you want to show the border, you want to allow remote computer shutdown, enable sound, you know, all the other options. I did not touch anything at the moment because it's for demonstration purpose. However, when I connect everything, I will play a little bit and see how everything turn out, you know, whatever I need. I don't know much about this because, and I don't want to touch it, because you can change the font directly from your CDU directly, but that's exactly what you need to do. Again, gravity, nothing there, FSC, so this is nothing the needs, and yeah. Right, so everything is connected now. I don't have any simulator running, but I'll show you later on how it works with the simulator. So so let's clear the nav data out of range, of course, and everything works as expected. Position in, and then you have to put the, I don't know, for example, let's put LIBR Brindisi, which is my, okay, I don't know what gate. Do we have a gate 2 in Brindisi? I don't remember. Not in database. Okay, maybe I need to figure out. Anyway, I'm not gonna go spend too much time. Everything works to page 2 and 3, and then if we go back to index, let's see what else. We have maintenance. Okay, nothing showing maintenance, so let's go back to index. Let's see, nav data, okay, nav option, okay, so a lot of good option. It does feel very good. It works absolutely as expected. It also shows you the model, the nav data. We have IRAC 1901 installed. I think I need to, obviously I'm very old IRAC. However, this is good. Still, well, not really, 2019. So that's gone now. Engine rating 26. Good. Now, when you are here, if you hold the button for 3 seconds, it should go back into the display page. So you don't have to turn off and then change here and then turn on again. You can actually change everything you want to do here, and then when you press menu, you go back to what you need to see. The link, message, yeah. Maintenance. Okay, here we have the maintenance, so you can choose here position setup, ground service, weight tuning doors. For example, ground service, you go and you have ground power on, ground air off, for pushback request. So this is interesting. You can do pushback request, maybe needs to be connected somehow, refueling. This is very interesting to see how everything works. Of course, I'm used to use the PMDG or the Aerosoft Airbus 320, which is obviously different MCDU, but good. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna connect also the first officer, and I'm gonna show you exactly, we will put like a route into the MIP and see how everything is connected and works. Right, one things that I forgot to mention, actually, sorry about that. For each CDU that you have, you do have to open an instance of the ProSim 737 CDU. So this is the one I'm using for the captain, and as you can see, it's configured for the captain CDU. So we need to do the same for the first officer. First of all, I changed the setting within the CDU to first officer. Then I went there, here, CP, fly again, advance. You go here, this time you enable the CDU, and obviously you put the IP address that the CDU showed to you. Everything okay, but now we need to open another instance of the ProSim CDU. So let's open a new one. Okay, so let's make it for her to understand. Let's make this one is the captain, and this is what you want to do actually is to call them differently, captain and FO, if you want to. But so okay, so what config here for the first officer. The server doesn't change, it's always the same, but here and actually the same, everything here, don't change anything. All you have to do here is to, in this case we have a first officer CDU, and you press OK, and as soon as you click FMC it should connect to the first officer. You can also check the status here. If you have a service connection connected, it means it's connected. If it's red, it means that you have to go back in the config, and there is something to do with the server here is there's no properly talking, so check that one is correct. Okay, right, now that we have both the first officer and the captain, what we can do, we can open the ProSim just to make it faster. We open the ProSim display. Okay, let's put power, it's already there. Let's close this for the moment. Also, something important, specific, what we want to do after overhead, we want to make sure that we are in the nav and there is nothing here. Okay, so at least it's already aligned. Okay, so we have here just for testing purposes the first officer, make it nice and big, and we have also the EFS control for the first officer. Let's make it nice and big so we can test our CDU. So in order to test, we need to put this out of the display setup mode. Okay, now we are fully synchronized, so whatever, so if I change here, you can see for map, we can even zoom out. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is to go back to our CDU. Let's try to put a route, and everything should come up here. We are aligned. I'm gonna put some simple routes, and we'll see how we work out. Okay, so we have the first officer and the captain CDU. We can pick one, and it doesn't really matter. The other one will follow the same. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's make this test. So anything I show here, it should show up on the display over there. So obviously ident, we already select the identification. So okay, we are in Lima India Bravo Romeo, which is Brindisi. I don't know the gate, so I'm gonna skip for that. Okay, let's go into the route. I'm just making a simple route, just I don't even know. I mean, the origin will be Libre. Let's go to Milan Linate, which I believe it's Lima India Mike November, I think, or no, is it? I don't remember. Probably, I don't know. No, I think it's LIMC. Yeah, this must be, I think it is. Okay, runway, I know that we are in the 31. Let's see if we give it to me. Okay, and right, fly number, I don't know, Alpha AP225, fly number, it doesn't really matter really. Okay, so before I do that, let's select some departure and arrival. So I know that I'm in 31, and I think I want to go towards Fasano. I know my area where I live, so let's go into Fasano, and okay, and then we go back into the departure, and we want to arrive in Lima Linate. Or I think it's Malpensa, I don't remember, one of the two, doesn't really matter. And just so let's select one, I don't know, 35R, and then we have okay, yeah, let's select this one. Don't know what I'm doing. Transition top. Okay, and let's have a route, activate, and then execute, and we have the magenta line. Now of course if I just a second, if I select and if I have a look. We have discontinuation. Okay, so we have it's a big discontinuation. So we're gonna sort it out, and let's have a look. So it's a little bit. I don't have much space anyway. So let's go into the legs and let's see. Okay, so we see the discontinuation there. So we put top directly after Fasano, execute, and discontinuation should be done. Good. What else? So legs. What can we test? Discontinuation. Okay, so there is another. Let's go through the discontinuation. So we make sure that everything is correct. Seems okay. Execute. Let's go here. I don't think this one works. Okay, yes. In PDMG, you just select this one. It will tell you how much the zero fuel weight is. I don't know what is 180. Again, guys, don't kill me if I'm putting value. They are not realistic. This is purely test and reserve. We put 2.5. Cost index, let's put 85. It gave us a 25. Flight level close to 26. Let's make it flight level 250. And okay, transition altitudine, that's fine. 6,000 actually, I think is in next. Yeah, okay, so execute N1 limit. Anyway, you can select climb 1, not the rate takeoff, so takeoff is a fine. And let's do flaps 5. Why not? Center of gravity, I don't know, 3.5. Of course, this will be all okay. Invalid entry. I tried to make a 25.4. Let's go for that. Hey, give it to me. Give me a trim of 2.08. And of course, the V1, V2 in PDMDG, it will show up here. You just click, but over here you need to calculate correctly. So 137 V1, we got 142. V1 VR, and with V2 144. I don't know, just for the sake of making it all correct. Okay, we got it. So we got climb, cruise, descent. It works very, very good. It works. If we go back now, the only things left I want to show is, for example, let's go into legs, and if we go into plan, we go into plan, and maybe we can zoom out a little bit. Well, look at that. All right, completely weird. Okay, so if we go back to so we start from Brindisi, and probably the very first flight I should do is Brindisi to Milan, so we can test it. So of course, the step, we can go into the step and you go one by one, and you can see how over there it works out so good. And we are at dive. We also have the holding pattern there, SRO, no SRN. Okay, what else can I? Oh, yes, interesting. So obviously, this is the captain section. So I just want to show you that anything that you see here, it will be also displayed on the. It should display on the first officer, but it's not at the moment because silly me, I forgot to open the CDU for the first officer. So at the moment you can see it's giving me a fail, and this is telling me there's no correctly connected to the rest of the Prosima. I think it's because when I was doing something, I turned off accidentally the first offset. Anyway, if I turn it on, it will work. I tested before. I think that's as much as I can go in terms of testing for the CDU. And again, thanks a lot for watching another episode of Alpha Simulation. Please subscribe to my channel YouTube. I also have a Facebook page which I'm updating as I go through when I have time. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you will be the first one to be notified about future videos. Until the next time, stay safe, and thank you once again for watching my videos at Alpha Simulation. Ciao!